Pastor Ralf Friedrichs discussed spiritual awakening early yesterday. A spiritual awakening is a profound shift in your awareness. It is a gentle call from deep within your soul. This call invites you to see life with new eyes. It is a remembering of the love that you are. This awakening is not for a select few. It is available to every single one of us. Its significance lies in its power to transform our lives. It moves us from a world of fear to a world of love. It is the most important journey we can ever undertake, a journey back to our true selves, to the peace that is our birthright. This awakening is a change in how we see everything. It is like a light turning on in a dark room. Suddenly, things that were confusing become clear. We begin to understand that we are more than our bodies. We are more than our thoughts and our problems. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. This realization is the start of true freedom. It is the beginning of living a life guided by love, not by fear. This path is one of recognizing the divine spark within us, a spark that connects us all. Often this journey begins with a small feeling, a quiet sense that there must be something more to life. Perhaps you feel a gentle dissatisfaction with the way things are, or a deep yearning for meaning and purpose. These feelings are not mistakes. They are invitations. They are messages from your heart, guiding you toward a deeper truth. This inner stirring is the first sign that you are ready to awaken. It is the soul calling you home to its own inherent wisdom and boundless compassion, urging you to listen closely. This call to awaken is a sacred invitation. It is an opportunity to shed old patterns and beliefs. These old ways no longer serve your highest good. The awakening asks you to embrace a new way of being, a way that is filled with more peace, more joy, and more love. It is a return to innocence, a remembering of the perfection in which you were created. Listen to this call with an open heart. Trust that you are being guided every step of the way towards a life more beautiful than you can imagine right now. One of the greatest illusions we live with is separateness. We often feel alone, disconnected from others. We see ourselves as individuals, struggling on our own paths. This feeling of being separate is the source of much pain. It creates competition, judgment, and fear in our lives. We build walls around our hearts to protect ourselves. But these walls also keep out the love that we seek. This sense of isolation is a trick of the mind, a misunderstanding of our true nature. A spiritual awakening begins to dissolve this powerful illusion. We start to see that we are all connected. We are like waves in one vast ocean, seemingly separate yet part of the whole. This understanding brings immense relief and compassion. When we realize our oneness, hurting another becomes like hurting ourselves. Helping another becomes like helping ourselves. This profound shift in perception is a miracle. It heals our relationships and our world. We begin to recognize the divine in every person we meet. The ego is the part of us that believes in separation. It is the voice of fear, doubt, and judgment. The ego tells us we are not good enough. It tells us we need to strive and compete to be worthy. It thrives on drama and conflict, always seeking to prove itself right. This small, fearful self is not who we truly are. It is a construct, a collection of past hurts and mistaken beliefs. The ego works hard to maintain the illusion of its own importance, keeping us trapped in its limited view of reality. During a spiritual awakening, the grip of the ego begins to loosen. We start to see its tricks and its limitations. We learn not to believe every thought it offers. This is not about destroying the ego, but about understanding its place. It is about choosing the voice of love over the voice of fear. As the ego's influence diminishes, we feel lighter and more free. We step out of the shadows and into the light of our true, magnificent self. This process is gentle, guided by love and an increasing desire for peace. Spiritual awakenings can happen in many different ways. For some, it is a sudden, dramatic realization. Like a flash of lightning, everything changes in an instant. Old beliefs fall away and a new understanding dawns. This can be a powerful and sometimes overwhelming experience. For others, the awakening is more gradual. It is a slow, steady unfolding of clarity and insight. Little by little, the veil lifts, and they begin to see things differently. Some may experience a Kundalini awakening, a powerful rising of spiritual energy. Regardless of how it occurs, the core of awakening is increased clarity. we begin to distinguish between what is real and what is illusion. From a spiritual perspective, reality is love. Reality is oneness, peace, and joy. These are the eternal qualities of spirit, of God. Illusion, on the other hand, is anything that is not love. Fear, separation, guilt, and attack are illusions. They are creations of the ego mind, and they have no true power unless we give it to them. Awakening helps us choose reality over illusion every time. This shift in perception profoundly affects our entire being. The heart opens. We become more capable of giving and receiving unconditional love. Compassion for ourselves and others blossoms naturally. The body may also feel different. Some report feeling lighter, more energized, or more sensitive to their surroundings. Aches and pains rooted in stress may lessen. The mind becomes clearer and quieter. The constant chatter of anxious thoughts begins to subside, replaced by a sense of inner peace and knowing. We find ourselves more present in each moment. Common experiences include a deep sense of peace that surpasses understanding, a feeling of being interconnected with all of life, a loss of fear, especially the fear of death, a newfound appreciation for simple things, an increased sense of intuition and inner guidance. These experiences are signs that we are aligning with our true nature. They are markers on the path, reminding us that we are moving in the direction of love. Each experience is unique, yet all share the common thread of returning to wholeness. We see real-life examples of awakening all around us, often in quiet ways. It's the person who suddenly finds forgiveness for a past hurt. It's the individual who leaves a stressful career to pursue a path of service. It's the parent who discovers a deeper well of patience and unconditional love. It might be an artist whose creativity flows from a new, inspired source. These are not grand external changes necessarily, but profound internal shifts. They are ordinary people touched by an extraordinary grace, choosing love in their daily moments. It is so important to understand that a spiritual awakening is just the beginning. It is not an endpoint or a final achievement. It is the start of a new way of living, a new way of seeing. Think of it as opening a door to a beautiful garden. You have stepped inside, but now the journey of exploring the garden begins. There is so much more to discover, so much more to learn. The path of awakening is a continuous unfolding. It is a lifelong commitment to growth and to love. This ongoing journey requires continuous self-discovery and growth. We must be willing to look at the parts of ourselves that are still caught in fear. We must be gentle with ourselves as we unlearn old habits of thought. This process involves practice, meditation, prayer, mindfulness, or whatever helps us connect with our inner truth. It requires courage to face our shadows and honesty to see where we still choose ego over love. Each day offers new opportunities to deepen our awakening and to live more fully from our hearts. Genuine spiritual awakening has clear signs. There is a growing sense of unconditional love for all beings, a deep, abiding inner peace, even amidst challenges. There is a loss of interest in external validation or material desires for their own sake. You feel a greater connection to nature and to others. You experience more joy, gratitude, and compassion. Most importantly, there is a consistent choice for love over fear. This journey is one of returning home to the love that you are, and that journey continues with every breath, every choice, every moment.